Welcome to Heroes Assembly. My name is Ed Downsy Africa Awu, the grandson of all revolutionary ancestors. Honestly speaking, I've talked a lot about COVID-19 outbreak to the extent that I've decided that I'm not going to talk about it any longer. This is not because I'm not concerned or I don't care about those who have been affected in one way or the other by this pandemic, but because I'm just not happy about the way our government and NCDC are going about the fight against COVID-19 in Nigeria. Honestly speaking, I am not happy about it. If one is to go by the antecedents of our government, especially in the way and manner in which they do things that affect the common citizens, no reasonable Nigerian will ever trust them in anything whatsoever, not to talk of something like the fight against COVID-19. But be that as it may, there is a pandemic and we must wage war against it. That's why Nigerians are giving them the benefit of doubt. But unfortunately, their actions and inaction this time around is proving Nigerian right that indeed they are not to be trusted. For example, few days ago, those who are supposed to be COVID-19 patients that are confined to isolation in Gombe State, to be precise, in Gombe State, they went on rampage. I mean, they protested in all sort of manner that shows that they are actually healthy. Some are even saying they are not sick at all, but they were by force there into the isolation center and they never let them out. They are saying no care whatsoever. If they have the symptom for about 3 weeks, some say they've been there for 3 weeks, that how come the symptom is not forthcoming, it's not showing up. Some say they've been there for 2 weeks and some fewer days, but their actions clearly shows that they are actually not sick. These are people who are supposed to be COVID-19 patients. That is in Gombe. The woman from Benue, the first case, index case that was recorded for Benue State, that I'm talking about Madam Idoko, who came back from England towards the ending of March. This woman is still in isolation and she is saying she is not sick. Yet, they refuse to release this woman. It is more or less as if the woman is in detention by the same government that ought to be protecting her, just because some people are trying to become coronavirus billionaires. Now, come to think of it, how genuine is NCDC in the fight against COVID-19? We need to ask ourselves this question. How genuine is NCDC in this fight? Because some weeks back, the director of NCDC, I can't recollect his name now, went to Imo State when they are yet to record any case of COVID-19. And he said it, because I read it in the news, channels to be precise. He said he is disappointed in Imo State for not having any recorded case of COVID-19. After which, we begin to see recorded cases in Imo State. This is just an example. So this continues to bring back the question, how genuine is NCDC in the fight against COVID-19? Does NCDC have provision for suspected cases at all? Is anyone suspected a confirmed case? These are some of the questions begging for answers. For example, if I am coming from England, which is a place with high risk, and since I'm coming from a place with high risk, I'm supposed to go into isolation. Yes, if I go into isolation, does that mean I'm a confirmed case? If after 14 days or thereabouts, I have no symptom of the infection, am I not supposed to go home? since I'm not infected. But to NCDC and the way NCDC is going about it, anyone that is suspected is a confirmed case. They put these people into isolation center as confirmed case, then they come back to tell Nigerians that some people have been released, haven't tested negative. Were they positive in the first place? We continue to see numbers. We continue to see numbers without seeing anyone on sick bed, without seeing anyone whose family has been killed. But we continue to see number of deaths, number of release. Who are these people? NCDC can continue to hide under the pretense that if they reveal the identity of the infected people, they will be stigmatized. No! Coronavirus infection and its hazard is a glaring war. It need not to be shrouded in secrecy. It is an all-out war that must be confronted. The NCDC should stop treating it as if it's a guerrilla warfare. Now, some days ago, President Buhari came out to tell Nigerians that the fight against COVID-19 is in our hands. The question I'm throwing back to Mr. President, because I believe he is the one in best position to help us caution NCDC, is that how do we join in the fight that is shrouded in secrecy? How do we join in such fight? For example, if there is anyone that is infected in my area and NCDC refuse to reveal the identity of this person, how are we going to help NCDC in detecting those who have come in contact with this person? How are we to help in this regard if they continue keep to shoot everything in secrecy? And we are saying the fight is in our hands. How is this fight in our hands when we know nothing about those who have been infected in our area? For example, if my friend is announced to be infected and I know that I've come in contact with this my friend, without being told, I will isolate myself first so that I don't infect my family members. 1. 2, I will announce to NDC those I've also come in contact with. By so doing, the fight against COVID-19 will be much more easier for NCDC and the government at large. But they continue to shoot everything in secrecy and they want Nigerians to keep mute. They lock us at home under the guise that we are combating a pandemic. If we are combating a pandemic and the numbers are not going down despite the lockdown, the numbers are going up. Now government is easing the said lockdown. If they are easing the lockdown and they are saying these are the times we can move, these are the times we cannot move, these are the days we can work, these are the days we can't work. The question I want to ask is this: those days we are working, have they begged coronavirus not to move about on that day? Do they have any contract with coronavirus that on this day the people are working, no, you should not spread, you should not infect anyone? Why are our government like this? From local government to the federal level, why are they like this? Why are people so myopic, all in the name of politics? Why are they playing politics with the lives of Nigerians? So many jobs have been lost. So many people have died of hunger, not even COVID-19 now. So many people have been killed by security agencies just because they refuse to obey the lockdown directive from the government. Now the lockdown has been eased. Is the infection also eased? If you do plus and minus of this, the actions and inaction of our government, then you begin to see reason with those who are calling this COVID-19 COVID-419. Because already, the way it is now, we are already having coronavirus billionaire, that is COVID-19 billionaires in Nigeria. What exactly is the problem of we Nigerians? I'm not talking about the poor citizens here now. I'm talking about the politicians that are running the affairs of this country. What exactly is their problem? What exactly is their problem? The way it is going now, it is obvious with the money being made in the fight against COVID-19, God forbid COVID-19 might end up like Boko Haram fight that has no ending. Then for how long shall we continue this? For how long shall we continue this? They say there is no cure. And if actually there is no cure to a particular disease, wherever and however you hear about anything that can work against it, you give a try, you give it a try, just so if you can actually get a cure for it. But unfortunately, anyone that comes up with herbal medicine that said can cure coronavirus, the way such a person is being bashed by our government spokesmen and their political hallelujah boys, then you begin to wonder, are these people actually interested in the cure of this COVID-19, or they are actually interested in the donations coming in the fight against COVID-19? These are some of the things we need to look into, because as a Nigerian, it pains me to see people suffer for nothing, whereas there's actually nothing I can do, but there's something our government can do.